Hey everyone, welcome to Orbiter Studios. Today we are going to discuss about the important geopolitical situation that's happening around the world. That is the USA-Iran rising conflict. So, before going into the issue, I would like to familiarize with the geopolitical arrangement of Asia. So, the thing is, this is the map of Asia. So if you see here, this is India and the neighboring countries Pakistan and Afghanistan. So near to this two neighboring countries, we have Iran. So we have to keep in mind the arrangement of Asia in order to study briefly on what's happening here. So the USA-Iran conflict. Now we'll take into a look into this issue. Now we will familiarize a bit more on the Middle Eastern map. So this is said to be Middle East or the West Asia. This is the western part of the Asia. So here we can see it is more of a countries which is having a Muslim majority countries. Like here it's Saudi Arabia, Iran, Iraq. So if you take a look into this is Iran and this is Iraq. Iran's capital is Tehran and Iraq's capital is Baghdad. So if we go into this geopolitical past, in early 2000, America invaded Iraq and toppled the regime of Saddam Hussein, and from then onwards, Iraq's security partner was America. Roughly 5,000 troops were deployed in Iraq, and the major security partner in Iraq is USA. So, what happened is there was an US drone strike which was held in Baghdad, killing a top Iranian military commander. So, we'll look into that issue. So, what was it? So, Iran's top security and intelligence commander, naming Major Qasem Soleimani, was killed in a US drone strike at Baghdad in Iraq. So, what happens is this Major Qasem Soleimani was in charge of the Quds Force. The Quds Force is said to be the external intelligence and the covert operation unit of Iran's Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps, the major military branch of Iran, the major commander, the second most powerful person in Iran. So he was being killed at a US drone strike in Baghdad. So he was also in charge of the Quds Force, which is a covert operation unit. And what happens, this Quds Force was actually being categorized as a terrorist organization by the USA last year. So now, who is this Major Qasem Soleimani? He actually played a crucial role in Iran's proxy wars. See, Iran has done so many proxies. Like they just trained the rebels of different Middle Eastern countries, such as in Lebanon, they have trained an Iranian model rebels like Hezbollah in Lebanon, and they have been maintained a popular mobilization force called PMF in Iraq and Houthis in Yemen as well as. So by deploying these proxies, he has a crucial role in bringing down the Islamic State in Syria and Iraq. So the US have held responsible for the death of American soldiers in Iraq. So he was during those days in Iraq, the American being the major security partner in Iraq. So many soldiers were killed in wars and all. So the US have already blamed for this, for death of US soldiers. So we know that since the toppling of the Saddam Hussein regime, a major security partner in Iraq. So coming back to the drone strike attack. So what was the immediate background that happened? Actually, last month in Iraq, an American military contractor was killed by Iran-trained Iraqi militias. So there was an situation, some bombings happened in Iraq which killed the American military contractor. So in the wake of that event, the USA retaliated with airstrikes at Iraq. on the centers of Kataib Hezbollah, a militant group. It was a Shia paramilitary group trained by and funded by Iran. So in that incident, the US killed 25 persons. So in the wake of protest, there was a protest erupted on the American embassy on Baghdad, on Iraq. So, due to this protest, after that, 2 days after that, the US announced a drone strike to kill Soleimani. So, this was the provocation which led to the killing of Soleimani. Now, what are the impacts? So, what are the geopolitical impacts that could result by this drone attack? See, the tensions between USA and its Saudi, the real ally of USA, and Iran will increase. The Iran said that it will revenge for the killing of its supreme commander. So there will be an instability in the Middle East, and that will directly impact on the crude oil prices. See, India, the implications of India in this attack is there will be a rising oil prices and the inflation and the pressure on forex reserve. So we will see a high price hike in all the commodities, as Iran is an energy partner, a regional player for the access to Afghanistan. So Iran is the only country which trades us with an oil on the basis of Indian rupees. So he is an energy partner and a regional player to get access to Afghanistan, as we are building a Chabahar port. Chabahar is a place at Iran, and we are building a port at our coast for the access to Central Asia countries through Afghanistan. So we face another issue, that we have an Indian diaspora, the NRIs, the Indians who are living outside in the Middle East, that accounts for 8 million Indian in this area. So their livelihood will be threatened, and if a war erupts, there will require a massive evacuation effort. And that also, India has a significant Shia population, youngsters inside the country, which is larger than larger population when compared to outside Iran. So there's a chance of youth being radicalized against USA on the basis of religious tools. So there's a high chance for the payment of a war due to this conflict. So these are the important things about the issue which happened due to the USA drone strike. Thank you for watching this. Have a great day.